Hi, I'm Robert Ferris. I'm the aftermarket parts manager here at OCV Control Valve. Today I'm going to show you how to go into your basic valve and put your new rubber goods kit in. The contents of the rubber goods repair kit for the valve include the schematic drawing of the valve, identifying the parts and where they are located on the valve. The rubber goods inside include a diaphragm, a stem O-ring, a seat disc, a seat ring O-ring, and an optional O-ring for the seat ring. First step in installing the main valve rubber goods kit is to isolate the main valve. First, loosen the flare nut enough to relieve pressure from the valve. Then you can remove the tubing from the valve. After the tube is removed, loosen and remove all the bonnet nuts. Remove the bonnet. Take out the spring. Remove the spool assembly from the body. Using a wrench, remove the diaphragm screws and the diaphragm plate. Remove the diaphragm plate and then the diaphragm. Replace the old diaphragm with the new one from the rubber goods kit. Put the diaphragm plate back on. Remove the seat retainer. Pull the stem out of the spool and replace the stem O-ring with a new O-ring from the rubber goods kit. Once you've replaced the seat retainer and O-ring, put the stem back in the spool. Put the seat retainer back on, put the screws back in, and tighten them with the wrench. Before you put the spool back into the valve, inspect inside the valve, checking the sealing surface for any debris. The seat ring should have a clean lip all the way around with no erosion or wire cutting. If you find this in the seat ring, it should be replaced because your valve won't seal correctly. Please review the video entitled Replacing the Seat Ring for more information. Put the spool assembly back into the valve. Replacing the spring back into the valve. Once the spring is in, put the bonnet back on the valve, put the nuts back in place and tighten it. Once your bonnet is secure, you're ready to put the tubing back on. Once the tubing is back on and the flare nuts tightened, let the bonnet fill with water, then bleed the air by loosening the flare nut. Then when the air is bled out, tighten the flare nuts and the valve is ready to be put back in service.